everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video was inspired by a comment that I got on one of my videos. And the commenter said that they were AFAB and that they had PCOS, and they were checking out my channel for vocal feminization techniques. Now, I was aware of PCOS, but I did not know that vocal changes could be a symptom. I personally have endometriosis, which is not the same thing as PCOS, but it is a similarly under-researched and underdiagnosed syndrome that affects AFAB people. It took me several years to get diagnosed, and many healthcare professionals didn't seem to take my symptoms seriously, and I think the same sort of thing can happen with PCOS. I think it can take a long time to get diagnosed, and so when I heard that vocal symptoms could be a symptom of PCOS, I really wanted to look into it. It was interesting when I started Googling around and just looked at blogs and stuff about PCOS and the basics. It didn't list vocal changes as a symptom, basically anywhere. So I decided to look into it a little bit more, and I checked out all the scientific studies that I could find. And I checked out some Reddit forums about PCOS to check out kind of what people with lived experience were saying about vocal changes. So what I found wasn't completely straightforward, but it definitely gives us some answers, and hopefully there'll be more and more studies on this topic and more studies on illnesses that affect AFAB people in the future. So anyway, let's get into it. Polycystic Ovary Syndrome, or PCOS, is a hormonal disorder that affects roughly 1 in 10 AFAB people. The exact cause isn't completely understood yet, but we do know that it's linked to irregular hormone levels, specifically androgens. And androgens are what we might consider to be the male hormones or testosterone. It's typically diagnosed using the Rotterdam criteria, which says that you need to have 2 of the following 3 symptoms. 1 being elevated androgens, 2 irregular or absent ovulation, and 3 polycystic ovaries visible via an ultrasound. So it's kind of an interesting thing with PCOS that even though it's polycystic ovary syndrome, you don't necessarily have to have cysts in your ovaries to be diagnosed. And similarly, you don't need to necessarily have elevated androgens to be diagnosed either. And that will be an important point later on. Common symptoms of PCOS can include facial hair growth or body hair growth, or losing your hair on your head, acne or oily skin, weight gain or difficulty losing weight, insulin resistance, infertility, and possibly voice changes. Since PCOS is a hormonal disorder, I want to talk about how hormones affect the voice. During puberty, for people assigned male at birth, testosterone causes the vocal cords to lengthen and thicken, and the larynx, or the cartilage structure that houses the vocal cords, to grow. This causes the vocal pitch to change dramatically, oftentimes by about an octave. In people assigned female at birth, going through puberty does oftentimes lead to a change in the voice as well, but it does not alter the voice as significantly. Typically, it's around 3 to 4 semitones or half steps lower rather than that full octave for people assigned male at birth. In adulthood, hormones continue to affect the voice. For example, during the menstrual cycle, PMS can cause vocal fatigue, it can cause hoarseness, limiting of the range, and a loss of high notes. This is obviously particularly noticed by singers. And this is due to vascular changes in the vocal cords, where basically our vocal cords get swollen with blood, and they're not able to vibrate as efficiently. Menopause can also cause the voice to change, can cause the voice to deepen or feel dry or hoarse as well. In menopause, typically the estrogen levels are dropping, and so therefore that's kind of the balance of androgens to estrogen get a little bit out of whack. So with PCOS, we know that one of the symptoms can be a raised level of androgens, or raised levels of testosterone. And we know that testosterone in somebody assigned male at birth changes the voice by about an octave. And we know that changing levels in testosterone in people going through menopause. So it would make sense to hypothesize then that the raised levels of androgens in people with PCOS could cause vocal changes. So there are a handful of studies that I checked out that have tried to answer this question. In this first study from 2011, there were 38 participants. 17 of them had PCOS and 21 were controls. And in this case, the way they diagnosed PCOS was with 3 criteria: presence of irregular menstrual cycles, hair loss on the head, and polycystic ovaries. So in this case, they did not check for elevated levels of androgens, which we know is kind of the thing we're looking for. So in this case, we don't have all of the information that we want to help us answer this question. But in this case, interestingly, the people with PCOS seem to have more vocal symptoms. So they were having much more throat clearing, loss of voice, lump in the throat, and deepening of the voice. So it did seem that the people with PCOS had more vocal issues, but because we don't have that information about the raised androgen levels, we don't have kind of a complete picture here. But it is an interesting study. In this study from 2013, we had 34 participants, 24 patients with PCOS, and 10 controls. And in this case, they did test for raised androgen levels. So in this study, they did find a slight trend towards PCOS having lower fundamental frequency, but it didn't seem to be enough to be notable. So, obviously within people assigned female at birth, there's a range of pitches. People speak lower, speak higher. So it's hard to know that this was necessarily because of the PCOS. This 2016 study had 52 participants, 30 were patients with PCOS, and 22 were controls. Again, here they did test for raised androgen levels. And in this study, they did find that the people with PCOS had a greater likelihood for muscle tension patterns and impaired vocal fold vibrations. So muscle tension dysphonia or muscle tension issues can result from the vocal cords not functioning correctly and muscles kind of getting involved when they don't need to be. So this was definitely interesting. They're testing for muscle tension and vocal fold vibration. So every one of these studies is kind of looking for different things and looking at different things. So it's hard to compare them exactly, but definitely interesting information. And finally, this study from 2024 had 50 participants, 25 patients with PCOS, 25 controls. They tested for elevated androgens. And in this case, they found that patients with higher levels of androgens did have a higher likelihood for a deepening of the voice. They also found a greater likelihood for throat clearing, vocal fatigue, and shorter maximum phonation times. And another thing in this study, which I found very important to point out, was that PCOS can cause a lot of stress and anxiety. And stress and anxiety affect the voice. I was actually just reading a study about that relationship between stress and vocal issues. So I think that that's another factor on top of all this, is that you're dealing with this chronic syndrome and you're stressed, you're unhappy, you're dealing with the symptoms. So I think that that's something to acknowledge as well. So essentially 3 of these studies are basically saying, yes, there's a relationship between PCOS and having some kind of vocal issues. And one says no, but it's kind of, it's challenging. Like I said, it's challenging when these studies have relatively small participant numbers, 30, 50 participants, and they're all testing in a different way, and they're all looking for slightly different things. So they're not all the same thing. But it's definitely interesting to hear that it can cause muscle tension issues, vocal cord vibration impairment, can cause obviously stress. So definitely interesting information. So I also wanted to hear some personal stories. So I cruised over to Reddit and found some Reddit threads where people were talking about their own vocal experiences. And I wanted to just show a couple of these. So this person writes, I thought I was going crazy when this happened to me. I'm a professional singer who started as a soprano and now a mezzo, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure my voice doesn't lower anymore. It's a really rough and painful experience when your identity and paychecks are connected to your ability to sing certain notes. So definitely stressful when this is your job. But I think that this really shows the stress and anxiety that can come with this as well. This person said, my voice is deeper than usual and husky sounding. Been called sir over the phone many times, so now I make my voice a bit higher when on the phone or at the drive-thru. And this third person said, definitely low, and I've been told by my gyno it might be related to PCOS. Embrace it, there's nothing bad about it, though I admit I hate listening to myself on videos, etc. I always sound ridiculous. So clearly this is something that is affecting people, and people are experiencing these vocal changes. We see that in these studies, and we also hear these personal anecdotes. This may shock you, but I am not an endocrinologist, so obviously I don't know the ins and outs of this, but I can say that there are techniques, vocal feminization techniques, that I share a lot here on this channel, where you can change the habits around your voice. Even if your voice is deepening, or even if you're experiencing symptoms like feeling hoarse, there are things that you can do to manage that, using vocal warm-ups, staying hydrated, working on the strength of your voice, using pitch exercises. Those are all things that you have control over. So I think that it sounds like this is something that can make you feel helpless when you're kind of like, this is happening to me and I don't know what I can do. I don't have control. But there are things that you can do to mitigate some of these symptoms. So just be aware of that. So what can we take away from all of this? PCOS is a very individual thing, and it's going to look different for everybody. Changing hormone levels definitely have an impact on the voice. We know that for sure. Not everyone with PCOS has elevated testosterone levels, but for those who do, you may experience symptoms like vocal fatigue, vocal hoarseness, deepening of the voice. And if you are someone with PCOS and you're experiencing some of these symptoms, go to your endocrinologist, go to a laryngologist and get scoped. They can look at your vocal cords. Maybe you could go to a speech pathologist or a vocal teacher like myself. There are resources, there are things that can help with managing these types of symptoms and rehabbing your voice, so to speak. If you have PCOS and you have experienced vocal changes, I would love to hear from you down in the comments. I'm really interested to learn more about this. I do have a ton of other videos on vocal feminization, so please check those out if you're interested. And I do offer one-on-one private lessons if that's something that you're interested in as well. I've got a link down in the description. And if you want to learn more about voice science, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.